Across the border by Haroon, Khalid, the Kartarpur Sahib gurdwara. Iqbal, Qaiser, Haroon, Khalid. Share tweet email Reddit print. Share tweet email Reddit print. The Ravi River meandered through the lush green field in front of us. The sky was overcast. The early monsoon clouds threatened to burst open yet again. Just a while ago, from a temporary camp set up outside the Kartarpur Sahib gurdwara, I had watched news of flooding in various parts of Pakistan. Finally, after years of yearning, I had found the time to visit the final resting place of Guru Nanak in Kartarpur, a small village an hour's journey from the city of Narawal. The Ravi, otherwise parched, looked resplendent. It would flow like this for a few kilometers, after which it would enter Indian territory, constantly flirting with the international border before finally deciding to settle in Pakistan. Do you know the locals have a myth about the Ravi and the shrine of Nanak? Indrajit whispered into my ear as he noticed me staring at the river, lost in thought. A middle-aged Pakistani Sikh man, he had moved to the Gurdwara recently to look after its administration and supervise the construction of a hangar, community kitchen hall and a sacred pond. They say the river floods every 20-odd years and comes right up the shrine. This is the river paying tribute to the shrine of Nanak, one such tribute by the river that consumed the shrine a few years after the death of Guru Nanak, 14,691,539. It was then reconstructed on the western side of the river. At its present location, there are a lot of snakes in this area, said Indrajit. A few days prior to my visit, a snake the size of 2 humans was reportedly spotted in the fields. These snakes want to pay tribute to the shrine of Nanak, Indrajit added. Hence, we pick them up and place them next to the shrine. They go back after performing their darshan. Abandoned at the time of partition, the Gurdwara came under the control of smugglers who traveled between the two countries frequently. The international border is only a few kilometers from here. In the 1980s and 1990s, as heroin flowed through the streets of Pakistan due to the policies of the Islamist dictator Zia-ul Haq, many drug addicts found refuge in this Gurdwara far away from the gaze of civilization. However, despite its dilapidated condition, a few Muslim devotees of Guru Nanak continued to visit the shrine and leave offerings at his grave. Legend has it that after Guru Nanak's death, a conflict arose between his Hindu and Muslim devotees. While the Muslims wanted to bury him, the Hindus wanted to cremate him and build a smed for him, for he had been born in a Hindu family. Amidst this tussle, Nanak miraculously appeared as an old man before his devotees, who failed to recognize him. He suggested they postpone the decision till morning. But in the morning, his body had disappeared and a pile of flowers had replaced it. Half of the flowers were buried following Muslim rituals and the other half was cremated and then a smed built over it. His shrine now contains both the grave and the smed. Out in the courtyard, the grave rests under an open sky while the smed is inside a building that serves as the main congregation hall. Even while I stood there talking to Indrajit, I noticed a Muslim family, an old man and a woman, bowing in front of the grave, seeking its blessing. For them, like several others, Nanak was a Sufi street, a holy figure who could intercede with the divinity on their behalf. Thus, for almost 50 years, as the shrine was abandoned by Nanak's Sikh and Hindu followers and served as a den for smugglers and drug addicts, a handful of Nanak's Muslim devotees continued to visit it, bowing to his grave, keeping the sanctity of the shrine alive. It continues to hold the same importance for them even today as it has been transformed yet again into a full-fledged Gurdwara, visited by hundreds of Sikhs every year. The current structure of the Gurdwara was raised in 2001, said Indrajit. That is also when we prepared our first langar here after partition. Langar is a tradition that began with Guru Nanak and is an essential feature of a functional Gurdwaras. Indrajit added, now many rich Muslim families of neighboring villages provide us with monetary support to cook langar. This is their offering to the shrine, which is regarded as a sacred space. The wood for cooking the langar is provided to us by Pakistan Rangers, who patrol the border region. Do the Muslim devotees also eat langar at the shrine? I asked. Many Muslims in the country believe that sharing utensils or eating with non-Muslims would somehow corrupt their purity. While covering the lives of Sikhs living in the city of Nankana Sahib, the birthplace of Nanak, I had visited a few restaurants that either did not entertain Sikh or Hindu customers or offered them separate plates and glasses. In bigger cities such as Lahore, the situation is not much better. Well, not in the beginning, Indrajit said in response to my question of whether Muslim devotees partook of the langar. They were hesitant to eat food cooked by Sikhs. They had all sorts of absurd ideas about how we cooked our food. They would come to us and ask us the most ridiculous questions. But over the years, as the myths dispersed, they started eating langar here. Today, more Muslims eat food here compared to Sikhs. This is what Nanak wanted, humans irrespective of their religion, caste or creed, sitting together, sharing food. Any place where that became possible would become the home of God, the pathway to divinity, gurdwara. In Pakistan, where there are now only a handful of functional Sikh gurdwaras, this becomes possible only at Kartarpur Sahib. Muslims at all the other gurdwaras have been disallowed because of security reasons. However, here at the final resting place of Guru Nanak, his Muslim devotees continue to visit him, keeping alive the legacy of Nanak in its true essence. Haroon Khalid is the author of 3 books, Walking with Nanak, In Search of Shiva and A White Trail. We welcome your comments at letters@scroll.in. Pakistan Guru Nanak Kartarpur Sahib sponsored content by published October 27, 2017 0341 p.m. Shutterstock and Pixabay. Share tweet email Reddit print. Share tweet email Reddit print. While the deplorable state of air quality in Indian cities is well known, indoor air quality does not usually come up in the umpteen discussions on pollution. Indoor air pollution is caused by the release and suspension of pollutants indoors in homes, offices, etc. It can be just as harmful to health, as it tends to be more concentrated than the air outdoors. The indoor air pollutants most commonly found in urban India emerge from seemingly harmless day-to-day activities. Invisible volatile organic compounds (VOCs), for example, are released by perfumes, paints, heated plastics, household cleaners, carpets, furniture, etc. Upholstery, especially, acts as a trap for VOCs and 2pm.5 fine particulate matter. Long-term exposure to VOCs is known to be detrimental to health. Effects range from eye and throat irritation to damage to liver, kidneys and central nervous system. Living particles, dust mites, mold, mildew, airborne bacteria, pet dander, etc. to permeate the indoor environment. Coupled with tobacco smoke, they are among the major triggers of asthma in children. From mold on shower curtains, pillows, blankets, stuffed animals to pet hair on carpets and floors, these asthma triggers can be found everywhere. Any and every household product that releases emissions of some kind is potentially polluting. Cooking equipment like a gas stove, for example, can release carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide as byproducts. Common complaints associated with the two are headaches, sustained fatigue and inflammation, eyes, nose and throat. Even broken CFLs and tube lights emit small amounts of mercury, a known neurotoxin. The prospect of tackling indoor pollution can sound intimidating to homeowners. However, there are steps you can take today to help mitigate the levels of indoor pollution in your house. Proper ventilation, regular cleaning of AC filters and adjustment of humidity levels can help reduce the density of pollutants. If your home houses elderly parents, young kids, expecting mothers, someone with a respiratory ailment, or even pets whose dander could aggravate health problems, it is essential that you invest in an air purifier. Honeywell's Air Touch range of air purifiers employ a 3-stage purification process which can remove more than 99% of indoor pollutants, including fine pollutants such as 2pm.5 particulate matter. This is crucial because with the daily household activities such as cooking, cleaning and so on, the 2pm.5 levels can go up to as much as 500, while the WHO standard cites 25 to be the ideal upper limit. Honeywell's Air Touch range is comprised of air purifiers that do not release ozone, known to worsen respiratory conditions as a byproduct. One of the products, Air Touch i8 specifically, comes with a real-time 2pm.5 display that helps you monitor the quality of air you are breathing. You can see the air quality improving as the purifier does its job. Most importantly, the technology is certified from the Indian Medical Academy for preventive health and is recommended for Indian homes by them. To see just how Honeywell's air purifiers can put you at ease, watch the video below. To learn more about the technology behind Honeywell's air purifiers and the range of products on offer, click here. This article was provided by the Scroll marketing team on behalf of Honeywell and not by the Scroll editorial team.